I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto almost daily, jumping right into the market. Today in crypto, Bitcoin 1 hour chart. We had this parabolic price action after some bullish news came out for the stock market. Now you're forming a bullish pennant. So technical analysis says this is supposed to break out to the upside. It would be completely normal and healthy to get some type of pullback. And I want to show you, the problem is right now there's a bunch of Fomo in the market, right? There's a bunch of money sitting on the sidelines. Everybody's like waiting. They're like, because this move happened so fast, everybody's thinking like, hey, retail money sitting there just like totally missed the move. Okay, so understand this. This is the FTX sell-off. Started here at about 21,425. Briefly, Bitcoin hit that level a day ago, yesterday. Okay, now the most important thing is you haven't seen the bulls break this level, but you have seen the bulls break the daily 200 simple moving average. And so it would be the easiest buy idea would be, just because the RSI is all the way overbought. The easiest buy idea, which could come tomorrow, it would be some type of pullback to support. Now there's going to be a bunch of buyers ready to buy. They're going to front run the idea. Might not fall all the way down to the 19,500 level, but that's an idea and a possibility. So it's like I have plan A, where, you know, Bitcoin's supposed to break out bullishly of this. I mean, it's running out of room. This pattern is running out of room. It's supposed to break out and continue higher. However, I'm also thinking plan B is, okay, if we do get a pullback because the stock market rallied and maybe it pulls back a little bit, gives back some of the gains from Friday. If that brings the market to the downside, then I'm looking for really altcoins. I like to trade altcoins, but I'll use Bitcoin to nail the altcoin entry. So I'm looking for, you know, altcoin entries. If you do get this pullback to the 200 SMA, you do not want to see Bitcoin break below this level. Everything just fizzles out if that happens. That's worst case scenario. Most important thing to understand is that it takes some practice to learn how to trade this market. So don't get frustrated. Like there's this one period of time where I think potentially probably wrecked traders, including FTX exchange, because you had a fake out on a bull. Essentially, this is a bull trap, and I want to show you why. So, I mean, you have this huge sell-off. Price comes all the way down to $17,000, right? Then it bounces back above. Remember, the 200 weekly SMA is a very common indicator of a bull market. So it breaks above the bull market level and starts to head higher after a bullish retest. So you have a bullish break. Then the next week, bullish retest, and everybody's buying. Then the rug pull and everybody gets completely wrecked here on this drawdown to 18,000 again. I can only imagine that FTX is like, oh man, we probably entered a bunch of trades here we shouldn't have, and they got tricked. Like I think most beginner and intermediate traders got completely wrecked right here, right? You had a bullish retest. Like all the buy ideas are right there. So understand when the buy ideas, when you get faked out by this market, and this takes some time to get used to and understand. But when you get the best trades come and happen after the fake outs, you just got to flip and trade the other direction. You don't start here, but I can get you here. Another important idea is let's look at the measured move of this pattern, right? This pattern is calling for a Bitcoin price move to 25,700. That's what technical analysis says should happen here. You should get a move to that level. Now, you've got this green candle. You haven't broken. You got a breakout. You've got volume confirmation on this is on the weekly. Remember, you're above previous bull market, 2017 bull market top at 20,900, but you're not quite above this previous level. So there's some resistance there, but this is going to be a strong weekly candle close, something that we've needed badly. We're above, the Bitcoin's above the daily 200 SMA, not quite above the weekly 200 SMA, but you have to start somewhere. So one thing I want you to understand is that what the bulls are hoping for is we've seen an entire market cycle play out over the last few years where you went through accumulation and then Bitcoin shot up to 60, 70,000 actually close to, right? And then complete destruction. Back down to 15,000 at one point. And then people are hoping this is accumulation, reaccumulation, where, I mean, this is not necessarily like up only, like just straight moonshot. But the accumulation started. This is where you have to make money in your bags. If you held, especially if you held the downtrend, this is where you have to make money trading to have enough money. I mean, you should have a plan where at the end of the next bull market, you are going to be quit. You're done working. Like, work is a waste of time. That will happen, but you have to make the profits during this sideways, obviously nice pump here. I've got some amazing shout outs to give in my trading group. This person, when I'm trying to get my admins to come back to work, he's in Bali for $50 a day. He turned $100 into more than $10,000. He's like, dude, you got to come to Bali. He's like, dude, it's so cheap here. You be rich here. It's so cheap. Again, trading the gem picks, like he 100x'd his money. Like you don't need a large amounts to get started. This person commented, a real trading group with real success. Trip, an admin in my group, real strong trader. OP, he nailed the OP setup in 7x banger. Huge. This person been in the group for a couple years, turned 3,000 to 30,000. This person turned $50 into $1,000 in 3 weeks, trading the gem pick bangers. $1,000, huge. Again, every day we're nailing the bangers, 672%. Again, this is with leverage. This one is, but most of them are not. 222, 145, 125, 91. They're not. There's no leverage, right? So this is all just gem picks on Kucoin. Like if you got a small bag, you need to be on Kucoin. Use the link in the description. Trade these small coins. I had so many people rejoining the group, coming back to where the money is made. We're going to continue the discount. So right now it's 60% off if you pay in crypto and an additional $100 off. I'm going to make sure you're in the best setups, period. Go over to my website, cryptorev.net. Join. If you have any questions about joining, send me an email, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. We're about to talk about metaverse idea that could play out at some point, assuming that Bitcoin cooperates. Now, just an important idea that, like, I'll post these setups in group, and this coin GMT was up 63%. And so a lot of these setups, they'll move quickly. Like, and I know it's frustrating because you're sitting in these coins and they're not taking off, but I posted GMT, APT up 50%. I'd post them and then like 2 days later, they're up like 50, 60%. Sand was posted. There's an idea. The Metaverse Index has broken out. So real easy, like you go to the Kucoin app on your phone, you can see if you hit discover button, then you can see what coins are hot in the Metaverse coins. The last 2 mornings I've woke up and I've seen, you know, there's definitely upside, double digit upside in Metaverse coins. And so the Metaverse Index shows that, hey, listen, when we have the Metaverse run that I think we're going to have, it's going to be epic. Will it be now? Or, I mean, definitely looking for something March, but there's so much FOMO money sitting on the sidelines right now. And a lot of these altcoins haven't taken off yet. And so it's just the beginning. Best time to join the group, period, is right now. So one thing that's important I want to talk about, let's say just with Ethereum. If you're trying to buy a coin and just hold it for an extended period of time, let's say you want to buy your kids some coins, like Ethereum is a strong coin, right? One that every time that the price action breaks above this yellow 200 simple moving average, if you would have bought Ethereum and taken profits out slowly, double up of your money here, about 70% here. And then once it broke and held here, straight moonshot. All right, so that's why I put a lot of stock in the daily moving average, the daily 200 SMA. So you're just now above Ethereum. USDT is just now above the 200 right here. So you just need to break that. Now you haven't broken this level yet, but it needs to happen. If you do to get some kind of pullback completely healthy, but like if you look at this RSI, it's so overbought. It's crazy levels. But these indicators sometimes can get you in trouble, right? Because when this FOMO mania, this market can be not rational real quick. I mean, potentially you've seen an amazing pump and people are just ready to throw a bunch of money at this market, like not wanting to miss this move. And so Ethereum is at a point where a breakout above this level and you see much higher prices out of Ethereum. Could see 2,000 next. So, but one of the coins that you want to think as far as like running up to 4,000, 5,000, 12,000 in the future, I don't want to give specific numbers, but I mean, you can definitely see 5, 7, 10x, 12x. So if you want to put a coin, I mean, Bitcoin, you're going to get good returns, right? But Ethereum will do bigger multiples. Okay. It just does. So here zoomed in and we're talking about this. I recorded a weekly meeting screen share and I talked about how the same thing has to break above this level, right? But you can do bigger multiples than Bitcoin. So when you, and this is the daily and I want to say this as many times as I can in this one video. So you remember that the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart is a good sign of some bullish price action. You do a very good chance that all the altcoins, if Bitcoin continues higher, will run up to the 200 simple moving average. And a lot of them are lagging. Like they haven't moved yet, haven't taken off. And this is a 12-hour and it started this like parabolic price action, right? I'd posted in group, it immediately pumped about 50% a day or two later. And now it's slowly meandering. Like it's not taking off, but Ant on the 12-hour is above the 200 and it looks like it's trying to push parabolic price action. But again, Bitcoin has to maintain its bullish ideas. GALA. So GALA, I talked to you guys about a few days ago. It's one of those coins that had a crazy run up already. And so there is some bearish divergence here. If this retest needs to hold. So the idea is just to update you, because I mean, you could have easily got 10 or 12% right after I gave GALA to you the other day. But because you had this pump right up here to 55 cents, right? But now if you get now you're waiting on the bullish retest, right? Where you want to see much higher prices, you got to break 55 cents, and then you're looking for much higher prices out of GALA. The most important thing is it's always an if-then statement. It's not load up on GALA, buy right now. It's I mean, you have to have some sense and you have to go into like the smaller time frames, 1 hour chart, and find out, look at the patterns. Like there's so much information given to you on these charts. So much information given to you on these lower time frames, and you can zoom in and nail these moves. And I was looking for the retest idea, and it is bouncing. Monday night, Monday morning, like there's a cautionary note, like with Bitcoin, are people going to take profits? Are you going to see a correction in the stock market? Just some people taking profits from Friday's run up from the news. So that's always something to be aware of, right? So GALA has seen the retest. You would have bought the breakout here. You could have made, and it was actually right here, you would have made 16%. I think I gave the setup to you guys like 4 days ago. And then on the retest, you'd have made another 10%. Okay, just on this trading idea, right? But again, you don't want to see this break to the downside because there's obvious downside ideas because you're building a rising channel, right? So there's a 68% chance that this breaks to the downside at some point. And if that happens, you short GALA, below, especially this level right here, about 45 cents. But Bitcoin would have to, I mean, if there's a pullback on Bitcoin, obviously altcoins short them. Crypto Panic, real good website to use. You can find all the news that you go through. A lot of people watch YouTubers and try to find information, and it's such a waste of time because you can go through here and you can find all the news you need, and it's in chronological order. And so this week, so it's just random news I picked because I think it's important. This week on crypto Twitter, people are talking about Gemini versus Genesis. So Genesis, they're doing investments and basically paying 8% on stablecoin holdings, some other crypto holdings, but they're paying like high interest yields on a lot of crypto for Gemini exchange. About $900 million of Gemini's customers' money missing. And the thing that's important here is the SEC comes in and they said, hey, you guys are both under investigation or offering securities because of these high interest payouts. And so like Gemini is like, hey, we look forward to defending itself against the SEC's manufactured parking ticket. I mean, CPI data, inflation came in a lot lower than what we've seen. And it hit market expectations, but now the rate hike potentially next February 1st meeting for the FOMC, they're looking for a 25 basis point rate hike. That means the market is saying, hey, there's a 95% chance that we're going to see only a 25 basis point rate hike. If this happens and you get another pullback, because you saw the Fed raise the rate 75 basis points on like 3-4 occasions, and then 50 basis points this last time, and then you get a 25 basis point rate hike, this means they're trying to put in a soft landing. They're trying to slow damage control for the market, right? They don't want complete wreckage of the market. So if we look at the ES1, you got this huge downtrend. Like, it's been in a downtrend forever. And now you've got a possibility of a breakout. Now, you had this here. You don't want to get a fake out, obviously. You don't want to get one of these or one of these bull traps. But if you see a 25 basis point rate hike on the 1st in about 2 weeks, I mean, you're talking crazy amounts of upside for stocks and crypto follows, right? I think. Now, there's definitely some naysayers. Former SEC official names key reason behind Bitcoin recent recovery. He said, oh, this is all manipulation. This is all, because I mean, the truth is there's a ton of shorts. I mean, this is on a large scale. The truth is there were a whole lot of shorts that got liquidated, right? A lot easier to manipulate this market right now when the market cap is small. And so how easy, you saw big amounts of money moved around the market. And then you still have this FOMO mania buying idea that we're right there near that level where everybody's looking to jump in and buy the top, right? So I'm looking for some moves out of Bitcoin over the next 24 hours. So make sure, pay attention to the market.